Hey, girl, you are indulging in some 90s nostalgia.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
watching the show Daria with
Yes.
Obnoxious Boyfriend.
Yes. So Obnoxiously Pit Boyfriend got some sort of like buy two, get one free deal on Amazon because it's Prime Day again, because it's always Prime Day now, I guess. Glory to Lord Bezos. But anyway, the DVD box set of Daria was available. And we are watching it. And man, this show's delightful. It's so
How,
good.
how many DVDs is that?
It's really not too many. The box I can go get the box set. Hang on a second. But it is much smaller than the Blu-ray box set of Twin Peaks.
Okay. So smaller than my Highlander DVDs.
Certainly.
Okay.
While she does that, listeners, because I know some of you are too young to know what Daria is, so
Oh
I'll
my
explain
god.
it. It was a show on MTV in the 90s. It's about a very sardonic young woman. Everyone thought Jeanine Garofalo did her voice. It was not Jeanine Garofalo. But it was a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead. And it's a very great sort of like cartoon for the age. I said this was a cartoon. It was a cartoon on MTV, and it's really good, and it holds up really well. And there's a musical episode.
My
How many
Sicko's
DVDs?
emoji is based on that
It's great.
because Daria is very good.
Girls Counting. The other thing is that all of the you're muted, by the way. You're muted.
It's oh yeah, you didn't get to hear the box set flipping around.
I
Get
like
you
it.
some nice audio here. It is eight DVDs, and it includes both of the movies and some bonus things.
Okay.
It's great. I'm so happy that you're discovering this. Reviews so far so good?
Yes, I am enjoying it tremendously. I apologize to the people on the internet who I upset by pointing out that I was 2 years old when this show started, and then upset more by pointing out that I am 30. If it makes you feel any better, Obnoxiously Pit Boyfriend was not yet one when Daria premiered.
No worries. At some point in this broadcast, we're going to talk about something that happened when I was 2.
Okay.
Sicko Malley here with your Game of the Week for Week 7. The uniformed UMass Army from Amherst ambled over to Kent, Ohio to take on a new conference foe in the galloping Golden Flashes of Kent State. Both teams were looking for their first win over FBS footballers in ages and met for some action in the daytime at Dick's Stadium. From the onset, the Flashes flew out the gates when DeReal Clark careened across the canvas for a 91-yard touchdown return to open the contest. The Flashes found more points with a touchdown toss and a 14-0 lead. The Minutemen managed to minimize the margin with a field goal, but Kent State struck again like lightning for a 21-3 lead. UMass muscled another field goal to make it a two-possession game at the halftime horn, 21-6. The cantankerous Kent State crew came out cranky and crushed every single Massachusetts defensive deterrence attempted by the Amherst Army. The Golden Flashes flung the football all over the field willingly, and the crowd cheered, sounding like a calliope. Kent State was finding touchdown after touchdown like a touchdown merry-go-round, to the tune of 21 points in the third period of play. The Kent State lead ballooned to 36 and stayed there for a hallowed homecoming victory, clinching their first FBS victory since 2022 for the Fightin' Flashes. Kent State 42, UMass 6.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sicko Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of October 12th, 2025. We are through with week 7 of college football. And what a week it was. We are here to break down the X's and O's like we always are. No, okay, fine.
Ball knowers.
We should bring one person on, not as a guest, as a permanent person that is actually an official ball knower, like some retired high school coach, and just have him sit in with us as we do our shit and then cut to him occasionally.
We should
I'm-
torture a person, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm specifically imagining that guy that was in the press box at the Mayo Bowl when Beth went to the Mayo Bowl. That was just
Yes.
like, this industry has gone to shit.
It's exactly what we need. As always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl,
Pitt Girl? Pitt Girl?
Oh, I thought he said like Pitbull.
I am sure.
I was gonna go with Pitt
Another
Gull.
one.
Pit Girl, like a seagull. Oh.
And Pitt Girl and Arthur on the ones and twos. Commish, how are you, sir?
Good. A lot of stuff happened this weekend. Way too much stuff happened this weekend. So get ready for Hardcore Sickos History, a 17-hour podcast episode.
Pitt Girl, how are you?
You know, we probably could get Dan Carlin if we asked nicely.
Oh, we absolutely could. He's a ball knower.
He is a ball knower.
Mhm.
It is Sunday here in scenic central Pennsylvania. I have my windows open still. It is a crisp 66 degrees in my apartment with the windows open. And I'm recording this podcast with a heating pad.
Go
It's
fuck
very
yourself.
nice.
Go fuck
Happy
yourself.
fall.
Mhm.
Fuck you.
It's October as fuck out.
It is extremely October.
Beth, how are you?
In order to tell you how I am, we're going to need to start by talking about what caused World War One.
Okay. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
No, back
Untenable
further than that.
alliances?
Uh,
Nationalism?
Probably Podcat. Anyway, I'm fine.
Man, they did not cover this in The King's Man.
Is that a World War I movie?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
historically accurate.
I haven't seen any of those. But
I usually get my history
Oh.
from Assassin's Creed.
Was it from Downton Abbey?
Is that World War One?
It started around the
Okay,
sinking
okay.
of the Titanic, but yes, I still haven't finished it. I'm like, see, I tapped out at season 4. I've done that with so many shows. Like, it gets to a season, I'm like, I'm done. Not doing this no more.
We need to talk about the biggest news of the week. Something that I think we've all had our laughs about.
Mhm.
I know that y'all have gotten
That's
lots
fair.
of emotions out about this.
Yeah.
This is something that I think people have had emergency podcasts about.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure they have. It's a big deal.
it is a big deal.
And we got to talk about it. And
I
need
mean,
to
we
talk about,
must.
we need to talk about what the fuck Kent State did to UMass. Y'all, I said this was going to be a close one. The numbers told me it would be close. I was not expecting this.
Kent State, there was a hatred about this game that I was not prepared for.
They did not take their foot off the gas. There was a
No.
gas pedal, and they had gas.
Yeah,
They're like, we know how the brake one works. We want to test out this pedal to the fullest.
All the way to the floor.
This is Kent State 42, UMass 6. Kent State had 42 points in them.
And Kent State scored immediately. First things first, DeRealis Clark ran the
Yes.
opening kickoff back.
Now it's 2 for the season.
I think it's a good sign because if the realist Clark runs a kickoff return for a touchdown, Kent State wins. So he's had one in their game against Merrimack, they won, and one against UMass, they won. So we have to look at the realist Clark barometer for Kent State. How DeReal is their chance at victory?
I think that
Extremely.
It was
Are-
real. It
are
was so
you-
DeReal.
guys, our UMass friends are down so bad
I'm
They are-
sorry, UMass friends.
because they thought that this was going to be, maybe you lose it, but this is going to be a close one. These guys are like on our level. Guys, it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
After this one, I've seen some UMass folks that have just basically turned their eyes at the AD.
Mm.
Oh, they're
no.
knives out.
They're not happy with the athletic director at this point. So it's not even the coach because the coach is new.
Listen,
Yeah,
UMass, we understand that this is a new experience for you.
Mhm.
And sometimes you get to be the Mactor, and sometimes you are Macted upon. And that's just where we are right now. It's not forever, baby.
Every maction has an equal and opposite reaction.
Thank you.
I'm so happy right now.
Thank you.
I mean, I just like, I don't even know what to say about UMass because, like, if you just look at the numbers, not just this year, but since they joined FBS,
Yeah.
we talk sometimes about like, oh, what's the hardest job in FBS? But like, man,
It might be UMass.
the peak for UMass. Not only has UMass never made a bowl, they've never even come close to bowl eligibility.
I think four wins is their
Four wins is their peak. Yeah, I mean it's odd to me too, and maybe I'm not super familiar with the football geography of that part of the country. I have been to Amherst, but like I don't feel like there's a ton of competition at the FBS level there. I mean, like in state, you obviously also have Boston College, and then UConn is there, but like just in terms of like football in that part of the country, I feel like you should be able to get something going, but they just haven't. I don't think it's helped that they haven't been in a conference. So maybe this, maybe they can make some ground in the MAC, but man, it's like a lot of schools when a job opens, it's like, okay, like here's what they need to go after. Here's what you need to succeed here. UMass might be the only school where I don't know what that is because it's never happened.
There's no blueprint. We don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, and I'm not a recruiting head, but like I think some of it is that there is, even though obviously the Northeast Corridor is extremely populous, there is not as much football talent in those areas as you might expect based on population, especially in Connecticut and Massachusetts. Like kids are playing lacrosse, kids are playing soccer, kids are playing things that are not, kids are playing basketball, kids are playing things that are not football. And so there is just not like, UMass does not have the same ability to recruit as even ULM does in terms of like what's available in their backyard. Right. So food for thought.
This is Kent State's first conference win and first FBS game win since November 26th, 2022.
Wow.
It's been
3 years. It's been essentially 3 years at this point.
One in a row.
One in a row.
And the thing is that they seem to at least be on an upward tick. They're getting better.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this one where this Kent State was a mess? Like their coach got fired in March. They hired an intern. They didn't have a defensive coordinator in place until like basically the first week of games. They didn't name one.
I kept hoping they'd call us.
They hadn't done any. Like they lost another coordinator in this process. So like Kent State should be a mess. But I mean, for 2 wins on the year, for them, this is. And they gave Buffalo hell previously, and that's why I kind of thought they had a shot to do what they did to UMass because they gave Buffalo hell, and I was like, okay. I mean, the stats in the game if they feel misleading, but like Kent State had 337 yards, UMass had 271, but like every time the Kent State quarterback threw a pass, he completed 4 passes. I'm sorry, he completed 10 passes. 4 of those were for touchdowns.
That's great. That's efficiency, ladies and gentlemen.
That is Kent State efficiency. But it's crazy. You get a special teams TD. They don't turn the ball over. They run for 158. I mean, just a balanced attack on both sides of it. I don't know. Like it could have been worse if they could have converted third downs, but they struggled there.
Well, here's what I'll say in favor of Kent State. They beat UMass by the exact same score that Missouri beat UMass. So, I mean, I think those are peers right there.
Peer institutions, absolutely.
True.
Okay, so we got that news out of the way. There's some other big news we need to talk about.
More big news.
And
I mean,
there's been lots of coach fires today. We got to get to the big one, right? The one that really hit the hardest. The one is, of course, Trent Bray fired at Oregon State after 7 games.
Yeah.
Wake Forest 39, Oregon State 15. So this dice this weekend fell off the table.
Yeah,
This was not.
I
It was
assume we didn't get to 15 in any particularly interesting or notable way.
It was
No.
14 actually. I typed wrong.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
It would have been
Boo.
fun.
It wasn't even. It wasn't even
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't even
Took a
that weird
typo to
score.
even make it look fun. Ugh.
No. So
Wake just did the thing. Like
they
I mean, good for Wake, but
Yeah.
also,
they had a field goal blocked again, even after they fired their special teams coach.
yeah.
And they're like, hey, and then it's like Oregon State fans were in our mentions like, hey, we got a punt off safely. It was like, yay, we can punt. And so,
but we've talked about this before. Like, remember what happens when your football team loses a very critical functional bit? Like, oh no, we can't long snap anymore. It like the whole machine falls apart. Same thing if you can't punt, then it becomes a real problem.
So there was, I mean, this is, for me, it was just like, you could see that Wake Florist jumped out to, I called them Wake Florist.
I was gonna let you go on that one. I loved it.
No, I'm gonna call myself on it because now I'm thinking of the
Jordan,
Demon
we need a graphic.
The
Yeah.
Demon
The
Deacon
Wake
like
Forest.
handing out
I think you need to open up a new business.
the Wake Florist. Do they gotta have one in Winston-Salem? Like, if you are a florist in Winston-Salem, you gotta be called Wake Florist.
No, I don't mean Wake Forest.
No, I don't mean Wake.
There's a woke florist.
Because Wake Forest, the school is not in Wake Forest, North Carolina anymore.
No,
So,
maybe one in Wake Forest. I don't know.
Maybe you can have 2 locations.
2 locations. The Wake just jumped out on, like, this wasn't even, it was 25-0, 32-0 in the third. And it just seemed like the team completely fell apart. The Beavs got 2 garbage time touchdowns after it was 32-0, all in the fourth. It was just kind of, it seemed like the Beavs were just done. I talked to our friend who cashed the Etsy spell for the Beavs, Ashton Batuso. I was like, is this what you were looking? What she was like, no, Trent was a friend. And I was just like, so she's like kind of bummed. But again, they're pointing towards what Arthur's been saying about Oregon State.
What?
It's true.
Who they need to get rid of there.
It's true. I mean, the athletic director at Oregon State clearly has not been making good decisions.
I do think it's fun that they fired him right before the schedule gets a bit easier. Because, like, up until now, they have played either schools that they kind of see as peers or, even above them, right? In terms of mostly power conference teams. I think Fresno State also in there, which will be a team that they're going to conference with next season. And because they're, kind of a quasi-independent in terms of having to put together their own schedule, as you get later in the season, then it's sort of, who can we find to play us at this date? So their schedule coming up, instead of the teams they have been playing, they get Lafayette, not Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns, but it's Lafayette FCS. I'm
gonna let you know that Lafayette is 5-2 in FCS, and
just fuck someone up real bad.
This may be difficult.
Go Pards.
I mean,
they're disrespect to Oregon State. I love you, but
FCS team, but like FPI, for example, says Oregon State has about a 9 in 10 chance of winning that game, which we've seen Oregon State, they haven't been able to win games that they should. But anyway, they have their home and home against Washington State, but then their other games outside of that, they host Sam Houston, who is also winless.
Mark your calendars now, kids.
My God, November 8th.
They go to Tulsa, a Tulsa team that has only beaten Abilene Christian, and of course, they win at Oklahoma State. They lost all their other games, and they haven't been particularly close, but they got that one win at Oklahoma State.
They had a close game with New Mexico State. They got beat up bad by Navy. They beat Oklahoma State. Tulane beat them by 17. Memphis obliterated them 45-7. Tulsa not that great either. So I think the thing is for them now is that this clinches a losing season for Oregon State. They're 0-7. There's no hope of a 6-6 bowl game.
miraculous finish now. So this is, I think, there's probably issues inside of the athletic department, especially after what occurred
There
for
are.
Oregon State.
There
But I mean, it's kind of unprecedented what they're having to go through. Basically getting essentially kicked out of a conference because of realignment and money issues. So I mean, our heart goes out to the Beavs. It sucks,
Mhm.
but it feels like they've been like exiled, and then their unluckiness of this year too is just magnified all the problems even more for the
Mhm.
football team.
Mhm.
So we wish you luck, Beavs.
Let's go on to the other big coaching news that we've been avoiding.
Yes,
One that really, I think, hit most of us right where it feels.
big
Yeah, I
time.
mean, we've been
I've been coming up with nicknames for it for
Yeah.
the last couple of hours.
You would think.
And this is FAU 53, UAB 33. Trent Dilfer, the Trent Dilfer Project has been canned.
that's the name of my Midwest emo band.
Thank you. Yep.
Given the huge firings of today, I can't decide. Should we call it the catastrophe? Should we call it a catrenclism? Should we call it a contretemps?
Okay.
Should we call it a Trentbulation? Like, where are we?
Well, I mean, I thought we, determined Dilf-zaster.
Mm.
Well, but we're down 2 Trents.
We're down 2 Trents.
Yeah.
We are 2 Trents.
That's like
poorer.
that's a significant number of Trents. There aren't that
lost
many.
a lot of Trents.
Trials and Trentulations. Yeah.
Are there any other Trent coaches?
Look out if you're a
We already got rid of a Brent. It's the rent problem.
The rent.
We got rid of a Brent.
The rent is due and nobody can pay.
No, we got to get rid of a Brent and 2 Trents.
We're not going to pay Trent
Guys,
because everything is Trent.
This might be. We're getting rid of them.
What?
Oh
What?
no!
What?
I don't know where you were going with that.
I have no idea where that was going.
It's fine. This game sort of put a period at the end of this sentence. There was no way that he was going past this game. It feels like not a 20-point loss to FAU. Someone who you consider to be sort of like a peer in the conference, which I know UAB would hate to hear that.
Okay,
Well,
we do
FAU
have
would hate
3
to hear
Brents. We have 3 Brents left coaching in
Okay.
FBS. So we
Brent
got Brent,
Key, we think is
Brent
safe.
Key, Brent Brennan, and Brent Venables.
Okay.
Brent Brennan's in Arizona.
I don't think of Brent Venables as a Brent.
But he is.
Brent.
I mean, the thing that I always forget about Brent Venables is that he looks like Skeletor.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't, that name does not give me the vibe of what he actually looks like.
Puddles always forgets that Skeletor is pronounced Skeletor and constantly says Skeletron. It makes me laugh every time.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say Skeletor.
No.
Skelator.
Skeletor.
Good old Puddles and Skeletron.
Skeletron.
Someone named Dropped Back and Punt on Reddit said, Dilfer will now have a longer road losing streak than the time between road wins when the team was shut down.
That's so mean.
It is very mean.
I like the rest of this comment too. This is the Trent Dilfer experience, capitalized. This is my psychedelic rock band. We absolutely deserve better than this. Yes, you do, UAB, and I'm sorry that this happened to you.
And then, of course,
Oh,
the other
can I read some stats from this game real quickly?
Please do.
Yes.
So FAU, put up a bunch of points. It was 21-0, like so fast. FAU's up. I was like, man, what is FAU doing here? And I was like, how does UAB stop this? And so then I looked at the Florida Atlantic receiving. There was 21 completed passes to receivers. Only one receiver had more than 5 catches. The funny thing is for me is that if you just go off of the longs of each one of their catches, you have 33 yards, 48 yards, 43 yards, 37 yards, 18 yards, 25 yards. Then the last one only had 4 catches and the long was 11. So just giving up chunks after chunks after chunks plays. Not good. Not good. Our Detmer darling, Caden Veltkamp, 3 touchdowns, about 300 yards passing. I think 297, and 1 really bad interception to keep that Detmer lead probably going and rolling.
He does have that really. I ran the numbers literally right just before we did this.
Okay, perfect.
And the biggest firing news, I guess, of the Sunday. If you were trying to hide any news today, like I expected Luke Fickell to be gone in the middle of this, just because Wisconsin was like, smoke bomb.
I mean, like Trent Dilfer getting let go was kind of this.
Yes.
Because it did get announced after this, which listener, I have been cackling since, I don't know, maybe like 28 hours ago, you think, Beth?
Probably.
Is that how time works?
Yeah.
Whenever that game ended?
Yeah.
32 hours ago. Yeah, listener, Penn State lost to Northwestern at home on homecoming 22-21.
I found out about this game from Fullcast After Dark because the time slot that this game occupied was when I was at Pittsburgh International Airport for their open house event for the new airport terminal. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't watching games in this window. And when I got home, there were like some games that I like looked up the score for, right? So like I saw who won Red River, for example. This game,
why
like
this one. Why would you look it up?
It just did not occur to me that this was a game worth looking up. Like it was, that was kind of my expectation. So yeah, I didn't hear about what happened until I was listening to Fullcast After. Also contributing was I logged off for a bit after the Indiana-Oregon game ended. But I heard about this from Fullcast After Dark.
Hey girl, most importantly, yeah, they lost to Northwestern by 1 on homecoming. Mm-hmm. But then what did they do the next day?
They fired James Franklin. They're spending $50 million to get rid of a guy that consistently wins 10 games because he tripped over his dick 2 weeks in a row and hasn't won a game against a top 10 team that's not in the playoffs since 2016.
A school that is closing branch campuses because it doesn't have enough money.
Also, there's no state budget in Pennsylvania right now.
Right. So money ain't forthcoming, kids.
Yeah, Penn State, where did the money come from? Can I have some?
Did they find like a thing in the middle of their stadium renovation?
They found El Dorado hiding under. That's where El Dorado was.
There's always money in the broken bathrooms at Beaver Stadium.
There's
in the wall somewhere. They found just suitcases of Confederate dollars. It was a Confederate.
Why would they have? Okay.
The Confederates never made it that far north.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't they? Okay.
No, I am sitting almost exactly as far as the Confederates got, in fact.
Oh.
Somewhere Jeb Stewart's going, hey.
This whole thing is such it felt like a fever dream when I saw this. Because I
watched a lot of this game.
Oh, yes.
I watched a lot of this game. I had a tremendous amount of fun watching large chunks of this game. I had said to Beth, and I've said this, I think, a couple times, I had no belief or hope or expectation that things could get funnier than last week.
Yep.
And yet.
I was a fool. I didn't know there was more down. Friends, there was more down.
Apparently,
Penn State is on a roller coaster that only goes down.
Can you imagine hitting rock bottom so hard and then just finding out that was not?
I don't know that they've hit yet. They could go 3-9.
Does this weekend diminish last weekend at all? Because UCLA also won again.
No.
Obviously, Penn State didn't think so.
And then Oregon lost, but Oregon lost in a very good game, so that's something else.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've never seen anything like this happen so fast, which makes me think that this year was a do or die year for James.
Guys, 15 days ago,
No.
they were all dancing at the whiteout and everyone was wearing
No.
those white suits, remember?
We all thought that they were a national championship contender because they were supposed to be.
Well, I don't
No.
know about we all thought, but they
No.
were generally agreed to be.
Yes.
I just in my head here is that this seems like this was a do or die year for James.
Mhm.
Like they paid so much money to get the national championship defensive coordinator, winning coordinator, Jim Knowles. They paid him like $3 million just to get him at Penn State. Then, I mean, their coordinators, hires, they assembled everything. They got all these like transfer portal receivers. They got everything here. And the more I look at it now, I'm thinking this was a do or die year for James. Like James had to win it all this year or he was gone.
Yes, exactly. So I think two things are true, right? And it's that the expectations at Penn State were very high. Some might say unreasonably high.
Yes.
But also like kind of reasonably high. And like, so yes, this is hot, like hot-ish seat James Franklin even prior to all of this is not like a entirely out of pocket take to have. But also, oh my god, this shit's so funny. We're speed running Nebraska, everybody.
No, it feels like James could never break through that ceiling. And now I just keep thinking in 2016, if they didn't block that Ohio State field goal, like it would have ended much, much, much more sooner, I would think, because it's just something like you have to eventually get over the hump. And it's like, okay, if you don't get over the hump this year, it's over. You will never get over you're going to keep running up that hill and you're never going to get over it. It's like infinite hill.
Yeah. The thing about it though, is that there is one team I can name where doing the like, oh shit, he only wins 10 games. We're going to get rid of him because he only wins 10 games. There's one team that actually firing him has worked out for.
I find myself wondering, and like this is maybe too serious for us, but I find myself wondering if how fast this happens is giving a lot of credence to the private equity rumors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's also rumors that like Adidas had to put out a statement because people were saying that Adidas forced this because they're switching to Adidas, and they didn't.
I heard about
they didn't
that.
want this, and I'm like, don't you're not going to put that on Adidas, I don't think.
No,
but I mean, yeah.
Penn State's money and what, or, however that brand relationship works, that money all spends the same regardless. Yeah. Like, no.
Yeah, the whole thing there is particularly weird.
There was one thing at the end of this game where James is just like standing there looking around. And he's looking there, and then there's like the score there. And then in front of James, there comes like a guy with a camera. And this like gets in front of James, just goes click, and then gets out of the way. And I just found that like he didn't move. He's like very stoic, and just like I guess deep introspective at this point because maybe he knows that it's pretty much it. And the funny thing is like the camera guy just click. It was just I wish I could find that. I couldn't find that the cameraman. It's just hilarious to me.
There were some very good crowd shots at the end of this game. I would also like to take a moment to jump back to the football side of this.
And do
give full credit to the Northwestern player whose name, of course, I do not remember, who had the ball towards the end of the game and was running and very easily could have scored a touchdown, but smartly, because Northwestern is a smart kid school, realized that it was more valuable to run the time off the clock than to get the points, and went down at the 1. That was amazing. I just was like, oh my god. I
mean,
smart.
Northwestern, very smart, very smart.
Nerd kids win football games.
I don't want to go any further without saying how much it fucking sucks that this is the way that Drew Aller's career ends.
Yes, I feel very, very bad for Drew Aller.
That's awful.
This sucks tremendously for him.
Like,
and I am sorry
The
that
fact that he
happened.
goes down with a career-ending injury, he's not going to have any more college snaps to up things the way, like he would have gone as a fairly high draft pick. This was a trajectory changing game for him, and that's awful. James Franklin will be fine. He has many, many millions of dollars to be fine.
Like many millions of dollars to be fine.
More than he had this morning.
Yes.
Go west, James Franklin.
And actually, my understanding is that he's being paid out annually, so we can observe James Franklin Day.
Oh, James Franklin Day! Yes.
I found the video of the cameraman, like just sneaking in right in James Franklin's face. If you want to look at it, you're welcome to do that.
We're like 30.
No, we don't have to look at it. But you can look at it on its time.
Just for people to look at it.
If you want,
just drop it in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Someone said here, I listed Georgia Auburn. This is Georgia 20 Auburnton. Someone said, do we really have to talk about this? Pitt Girl?
We do. And the reason we have to talk about it is because the last minute and 39 seconds of the first half of this game took half an hour.
More than half an hour. I believe it was from the 2-minute warning. It might have been 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was truly insane.
Somebody timed it. It was 32 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that was when they read it on the broadcast, they said it had been 32 minutes and the half had not ended yet. Okay. And baby Pitt Girl was Auburn girl and Pitt dad is an Auburn fan. And I was watching this game because it was available in 4K and I got very nice shots of Jordan Hare when the ad breaks would have been, and this time it actually had sound, so I got to watch the band do the halftime show. The halftime show was really cool, which all of this was great. But there was, so at 139, Auburn has been like beating that ass for the entire first half of this game, but they're only up 10-0, and they are basically lined up to sort of tush push Jackson Arnold into the end zone to get the touchdown and hopefully go up 17-0, the most dangerous lead in college football. And as he is sort of going over the top of the pile, somebody punches the ball out and he has maybe broken the plane, maybe not broken the plane, and the ball sort of tumbles out. Georgia player picks it up and starts running it back and runs it all the way back the other way for a touchdown. And there
are no whistles.
There are no whistles. Nobody knows what has happened.
Yes.
And the refs immediately call this for review, and it's under review for like 10 minutes. Like legitimately like 10 minutes. And nobody knows what's happening. And the broadcast team is like, no, he definitely broke the plane, right? Like he broke the plane. This is a touchdown, right? And SEC refs come back and they're like, this is a fumble. Georgia gets the ball, but it's not a Georgia touchdown. And everyone is mad.
Georgia down to 1. The Auburn crowd at this point loses their minds. And there are calls after this, by the way.
Yeah, right. The Auburn crowd here is rightly mad. And then it gets worse because there is a series of terrible officiating and multiple reviews following this, which are the reason why the last 2 minutes of this half took half an hour. And we'll fast forward for the sake of everybody because we don't usually talk about teams like this. However, honorary clock commander, I don't even know.
I'm gonna let you have this one as honorary clock commander.
Yeah, honorary clock commander to Kirby Smart, who late in this game is running up the sideline. It's 3rd and long, and he's running up the sideline, very clearly making the timeout motion with his hands. He's going timeout, timeout, timeout. And the refs are like, okay, cool, timeout. And Kirby loses his mind and is like, no, I don't want a timeout. I was clapping. And they give him the timeout back, even though the video very clearly shows him making a T with his hands.
The worst part about all this is that it makes Hugh Freeze be a sympathetic character, and I don't fucking like that.
The worst guy we know had a great point, actually.
Every time you feel like you should have sympathy, I want you to remember that the whole reason that this had to happen to Auburn is because they have a dark karmic debt they must repay now.
Yeah. But Auburn Georgia games are always like this. This was just a particularly like this version of this game. Probably because they were retiring Cam Newton's number at halftime.
That feels right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all, I want to talk about a game where the noble cow traveled to North Texas and was
Okay.
victorious. And this cow is so enlightened, so wonderful, so perfect.
Oh. I've got the lasers.
Excuse me, you are horns downing the University of South Florida, not the Texas Longhorns. We'll get to them in a moment. University of South Florida, palindrome, North Texas, 63-36.
Holy shit. What happened? I didn't realize this game got that out of hand after I turned it off. I had to get up very early on Saturday, and so I went to bed.
A lot of turnovers. That's what happened.
Yeah.
A lot.
I saw a lot of them in the first half, and I
there
saw
was
that this
more.
game had gotten out of hand. I didn't realize it got that out of hand in the second half.
I want to say thank you to North Texas for letting me come and watch. It was a packed press row, which is awesome. A lot of media folks who were going to Red River also came to this. Saw our friends Chris Vanini, Shahan, Sam Khan, the folks at the Ticket here in Dallas. Thank you for chatting with me. Saw scouts from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They're to scout North Texas and South Florida players, which is great.
Naturally.
Go
And
Riders.
I got to meet somewhere between like 35 and 40 of our fans. There were so many of them, y'all. And I'm almost out of stickers now.
Hi, friends.
They were all so excited to meet me and said hi to all y'all and all that stuff. So that was great. When I went down at halftime, it was 21-21. When I went back
The
up,
end.
when I went back up, it was 42-28.
You did this.
So I went back upstairs and I sat next to Mike Craven from Dave Campbell, and I went, "What the fuck did you guys do while I was downstairs?" Not my fault. This was close until it wasn't. It was a packed stadium. It was sold out for the first time in school history. It was a blackout. It looked great on a Friday night. But the thing I was afraid of happened. North Texas sort of just ran out. Commish, the turnovers in the first half were pretty even. I believe turnovers in the second half were all of North Texas's.
Yeah, not good. A total of 8 turnovers in the game. Period. South Florida had 582 yards of offense.
Yeah, that feels right.
North Texas had 423 yards. I mean, it's a lot of points.
Almost 1,000 yards of offense.
I'm just looking at South Florida's third down efficiency. There was 7.
no.
There was 7 for 11.
Oh.
Like North Texas could not get them off the field. And South Florida, they're 1 for 1 on fourth down.
We all know how fast South Florida is, right? They run very up tempo.
Yeah.
We know this. Seeing it in person is insane. Because I looked down to type something to you guys, and 2 plays would have happened.
Gotta go fast.
The second half for North Texas, South Florida gets a touchdown right out of the half. Interception by North Texas. Touchdown 2 plays later. Then scoop and score for South Florida. Now it's like 42-21. Then North Texas like, we got a touchdown. Then South Florida, another touchdown. Turnover on downs, punt, and just that third quarter just went to hell. But I want to give South Florida credit for what they did at the end of the first half, which like that the punt muff by North Texas was, I mean, just get out the way of the punt. If you can't get it, just get out the way. If they don't return that, like North Texas is up at half. If they don't do that, they're up at half. But South Florida decides to even go for it on like the last seconds. With like 2 seconds left, they get a touchdown pass instead of kicking the field goal to make it 21-17. And that basically kind of was the momentum shift, I think, for the game.
21-14 feels a lot different than 21-21.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, North Texas. You guys were awesome. Still going to be a great season. Oh, I also, Mestamaker, their quarterback, had thrown 0 interceptions going into this game.
Oh, no.
He threw 3.
3.
Yeah.
Res. Well, then, of course, we go to the real cow champions. Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
No.
No, God.
No, not again.
I didn't mean to. The Texas Longhorns went to the state fairgrounds and beat up on those sorry-ass Sooners. 23-6. Weird score? Abso-fucking-lutely. Arch Manning had about 5 good passes.
I guess that's enough.
And he throws that really like sidearm pass. My mom, who doesn't watch like a ton of Texas, does he always throw like that? Yes. This
Seems
was
fine.
a defensive battle. The Longhorns come out victorious. At halftime, it was 6-3, I believe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see a lot of this game for a variety of reasons, but what I did see was like on a TV at a restaurant, and I would glance over and the score would still be like 3-0. And it's like, oh, I'm sure Jordan's having a good time right now.
That's because all of those Texas points, only one offensive touchdown.
Where we're going, we don't need offensive touchdowns.
That's totally sustainable. That's
Yep.
what you've never really needed is an offense that can score.
No, why would you need that?
My favorite thing about Red River is all of the things that we can take out of that we definitely know about both of these teams from now on.
Yep.
Mhm.
This is bad information, kids. Whatever you
Useful.
think you figured out about this weekend from this game, scratch it off the list. This is a stupid game that is an aberration every fucking year.
There is, this is not a place of honor. There's nothing of value here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That's why you go outside and you like cover yourself and eat a shame corn dog or something. By the way,
We say thank you to the Woofus for existing.
Found a Texas State Fair treat, $80.
What?
What?
Is deep fried lobster. You get 3 tails and some onion rings and some champagne gravy. They want 80 American for that.
Sure.
Commish, did you get anything good out of Red River? Let's talk about what's on our heart, because I know we're going to talk about this game a lot, because I know y'all are very interested in this Texas podcast now. Texas back, baby.
I didn't watch it at all.
You didn't?
No. Why would I watch that? I'm not watching that game.
We got to watch Kirk Herbstreit get on a private plane. Kirk Herbstreit got behind the back on a motorcycle.
That's not the game, but it's one of those games that will just take over the timeline. And like, why am I going to put this on a screen? The timeline, that's all everybody's talking about. So like, I'm not even bothering. And then,
I was watching Penn State lose to Northwestern in this time slot.
The game of the week
I was touring
on.
an airport.
The game of the week was on.
That's
I'm
true.
watching that. I have a quad box with like other things on at this time. Like I'm not watching this. I had Bobby P and the Vols on. I was watching Bobby P riding again and kneeling. That was a weird ass game.
Yes, it
But-
was.
Yeah, again, I'm not. No, this is one of those games that just take over the timeline. Just
Sorry,
like with the Georgia and the Auburn thing. It's just
and
like
you're talking words, but all I hear is this.
Alvin
No.
We want to keep playing it. I think it's getting old.
Stupid cows.
Hey Jordan, it's 9:49 p.m.
And Oklahoma still sucks.
Oh, there you go. Get that out your system. Let's move on.
Thank you. Pitt Girl, you beat Florida State.
We did. I missed most of the first half of this game. I did. I was listening to because Pitt is not available on the Varsity Sports app, which is a little disappointing. So I was listening to your student home for all things Pitt sports, WPTS sports, for a little bit of the first half, including. I think that was I saw the blocked punt.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
The radio station is WPTS.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, the student radio station.
the student radio station is yes.
Okay. Just throw a D on there sometimes. WPTSD.
Your student home for
They never
all,
let me do anything with that there.
yeah.
Pitt Sports Trauma Disorder.
Yeah, your student home for all things Pitt sports trauma related.
It
It's on
does set
the-
the
I don't know.
expectations pretty accurately.
Yes. Yes.
He's got a good call sign if you just add that.
Yeah.
It's just
Good old Pitt SD.
Pitt SD.
So anyway, I missed parts of the first half of this game. I think what I missed when I like finally flipped over to the radio call was that Pitt had taken the fair catch on the 2. Because I turned it on, it was like, don't take a safety here. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't, which is exactly how you should go through watching Pitt football. The big thing, my big takeaways from this game are Des Reed, good at football. Glad we have him back. Hi, podcast.
Is he supposed to be running the ball or catching the ball?
He is ostensibly he is a running back, but the answer is yes. Des Reed does everything.
Okay.
But my takeaways are Des Reed. He good. I am so glad he's back. He's very good at football. Number 2, I continue to be cautiously optimistic about Mason Heischel, who looked slightly more mortal today or yesterday, but also looked very good and shows a very good ability to improvise and be like, you know what, fuck it, he down there and make things happen, which we like quite a bit. Also, this never happens to Pitt. Football God never smiles on Pitt in the way that it did late in the fourth quarter when Mason Heischel is running the ball and he's holding the ball like this, and a Florida State player comes up behind him and pops the ball out, and it's a fumble. And I was like, oh God, oh no, this is how it happens. But the fumble goes like maybe 7 or 8 yards forward, and a Pitt player falls. It goes directly to a Pitt player, and a Pitt player falls on it. What? That's allowed to happen? Good things can happen to my shitty fucking football team?
This could have happened all along.
I didn't know. So that was cool. Also, the very, very last play of this game.
You could definitely hear the PTSD coming out here.
Yeah, right.
The last play of this game was the funniest thing I think I saw all day.
Funniest way for Florida State to lose. Because we were down in the sort of same like situation that Penn State was against UCLA, or UCLA was against Penn State last week, where it's like, oh shit, we got like there's going to be a little too much time. Like, what happens? And Florida State did get the ball back, and then they just took they offsides did enough that the nose tackle like touched the center, and that was the last play of the game.
Yep.
And he like fell over.
Done.
And that was it.
This is how the world ends, with a boop. Boop.
Or yeah, Florida State would have gotten the ball back, but they did a boop. There was an untimed down at the end of the first half that I completely missed because I like had to go do something else and like walked away briefly.
There was a post on, I think on Twitter, it was like, and it just says, Pitt, what the fuck are you doing? And people kept randomly liking this, and they're like throughout the entire game. Yes. I don't even know when it was posted in the game, but it was just like people kept coming back to this, and like going like bump.
Yep.
Just kept doing it. I don't even know who posted it, but I was like, this is so ridiculous.
Did somebody bookmark it? Because we're going to need it for later.
Yeah, Pitt, what the fuck are you doing? Is an eternal experience.
So other games that we were caught this weekend, Eastern Michigan, our good friends up north, beat Northern Illinois 16-10. Commish, we had Hesselbelt talk to us, and they said basically NIU should be our game of the week every week.
Yeah, the folks that run the Mac blog, essentially it's Hesselbelt. They said that, you know, when we picked Kent State and UMass for the, you know, Sickos game of the week, they're like, no, NIU needs to be here every single week. And so NIU is basically, they need to be in consideration for game of the week every week, apparently. Yeah. And looking at their, and I'm like, okay, looking at it now, and I'm starting to realize, I'm like, this Hustlebelt could be right here, because, oh my God, this game was a mess. And this was like that gritty, ugly action that you would probably see on a Tuesday, but it happened on a Saturday. And I mean, it was 6-3 at halftime with Eastern leading. NIU gets a touchdown and it's 10-6. Then Eastern gets a touchdown in the fourth, and then they get a field goal. But then NIU at the end gets to do that drive. That one last drive. Are they going to win by one? But like Eastern, for some odd reason, was absolutely all over the NIU quarterback with just like a 4-person rush.
Huh.
Like the NIU quarterback was just like terrified. It snapped, and like there's like one side the Eastern rusher would get him on one play, and then the other side he'd try to shade away from that person. Then the Eastern rusher would get him from the other side, and then he would try to scoot up, and then they get him in the front. It was just incredible defensive effort by Eastern. Classic action on this game.
So Northern Illinois, their season high for points scored is 19 in a 1917 win over Holy Cross. Their high in a game versus an FBS opponent is 14.
Yeah, and that was last week when they were up 14-0 on Miami, Ohio, and they lost 25-14. For the entire year, NIU has scored 65 points. They've only allowed 122.
Which, that's not good. Still.
But still. And so
that's also being skewed because they played Mississippi State, who beat them 38-10.
Okay.
Without that, they haven't allowed more than 25 all season.
Okay, so they're hardy.
So I do have a question. Then, just looking at this schedule, November 12th, that's a Wednesday night game. Northern Illinois goes to Amherst, Massachusetts.
Ooh.
Except I think that Northern Illinois is probably better than Kent State, who put them in
Well,
the trash.
I don't know.
Guess what?
Anything can happen.
It's a Wednesday game, so we don't have to worry about it for rankings, but I'm just putting that out there. If anyone has Veterans Day off, maybe use that day to travel down. Then you can see the game, maybe come back. Also, they Northern Illinois closes the season on Black Friday hosting Kent State. So that might be another one for us.
Interesting. So, yeah, good win for Eastern. They needed it.
They absolutely needed this one. They were very happy about it. Wyoming 35, San Jose State 28. Hey, we said Danny Scudero was going to pop off, and he did, man. 4 touchdown passes. And that was all of the receptions.
That was it. San Jose State couldn't score unless Danny Scudero scored. He had 4 touchdown receptions, a school record, all in the first half for all of basically San Jose State's 28 points. The final score was 35-28. This game was ridiculous. This was classic Laramie. Wyoming comes back all the way back. They got one of my favorite things I've ever seen happen in a game. And it was a doink off of a helmet, pick 6.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this was great here.
Let's see here. I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know how that happened.
So if you look at this happening, right? That's 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was still 28-14. Then that made it 28-21. And then for some odd reason, Wyoming scores 21 in the fourth to win this game.
The high-powered Wyoming offense that we've talked about much this season.
Yes.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We're going to have to get an apology in here. I'm going to apologize for a friend of ours, Parker Stats of War, that we use his numbers. We love him so much because he puts out all that stuff for free.
Mm-hmm.
He messed up the numbers that said New Mexico, Boise State was going to be a coin flip.
I mean, math is hard. We understand, Parker.
Yeah, because when I looked at the actual numbers, they were a lot closer to what we got, which was Boise State 41, New Mexico 25. New Mexico's good. New Mexico's not in Boise State's climate. Okay. Point made. I'm okay with this truth.
Mm-hmm.
Commish, there was a bit of history in this game. What was it?
The history in this game was incredible. And we got shouted out on the Fox broadcast, but nobody could clip it because it was a little bit further after that point, after the highlight. And then Fox wouldn't post it. And so we're like, oh, well, we're going to try to get it eventually. But they give us a shout out. This was a field goal going wrong. But Boise still manages to throw a touchdown pass on like a like, one was like, hey, if the snap is bad, like just run down the field, and they threw a touchdown. So it was somebody, J_Tust said it might be the slowest touchdown pass in Boise State history. But Oscar Doyle just became the first kicker or punter to throw a touchdown in an FBS game since 2023. It is also the first time it happened in a Mountain West game since 2004. Yeah, so this is, it was just like one of those, like, hey, they bobble the snap, so you do the drill. Like, if that happens, like the ends of the field goal block formation just start running, to try to get a first down or go towards a touchdown. And yeah, a punter kicker throwing a touchdown pass. You got to love that. I love the Mountain West.
Yes.
If you want to dress like us and look awesome, go to Home Field Apparel, the official and exclusive apparel brand of the Sickos Committee. I see a Shutdown Fullcast shirt, a Montana shirt, a Pitt Panthers shirt, the Squirrel shirt from Stephen F. Austin. I am wearing Minnesota. I see. Oh, sorry, it was Montana. It was Cowpokes, Wyoming. Thank you.
And this is the Pitt heavyweight hoodie from the football box. It's very good.
I'd wear a hoodie, but it's still 90 in San Antonio.
Crisp 66 in my apartment right now.
Can I sell you on October, Pennsylvania?
58 outside and raining.
I would tell them to go to hell like you did, Jordan, but I'm already here.
Hey, I mean, I know of at least one job opening in the state. If you want to come up over here, we got this beautiful weather.
We do. I was just in Center County. It's very nice this time of year.
A hearty fuck you to everybody who wants to send Kurt Cignetti to Penn State.
Yeah.
Kurt Cignetti is an IUP boy, and there is nothing that an IUP boy would enjoy more than fucking over Penn State.
I mean, also, outside of that, put yourself in Kurt Cignetti's shoes briefly. Think about the fact that you, Kurt Cignetti, have been at Indiana for not even 2 years. Yeah, and you are on track to get a statue built, to get the stadium named after you, to become
They might name the state after you.
So yeah, for Indiana to become the state of Cignetti. You are on pace to become football god. Why the fuck would you go to state college?
I feel like Kurt Cignetti is
they don't even have
too
an airport.
Crazy of a coach for anyone to talk sensibly about where he's going to go. Like, there's a few coaches like that where I'm just like, man, like, stop trying to bring logic, facts, reasoning. No. That's not how this works.
Nope. If you like comfy clothing like James Franklin does.
Yeah.
How about this? Buy home field, and then home field can pay for Kurt Cignetti to stay in Indiana. If put your money where your mouth is if you want.
Shout out to home field. Tweeting is like, we made this brand when we were just happy that Indiana went 6-6 and made a bowl game. Like, I feel that one, home field. I feel that one so bad.
Use our offer code yes, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. Join our Beehive. We have writings all throughout the week about various things, including our sicko synopsis, our stat summaries, and our weekly food fusions, along with whatever else is on the top of our heads. If you're going to concerts, use Vivid Seats. Use our code SICKOS20 for $20 off your purchase of $200 or more. Join our Patreon, $5 a month, $125 a week. Get access to Discord. Get access to free extra episodes of the podcast, including our K-pop Demon Hunters review.
I think we got another defunct bowl game coming, but I don't know if somebody edited it or not. It may happen this weekend. Who knows?
We'll pick a new movie soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. None shall know the hour, but
this
we will.
Is very true.
We promise.
We have our merch store at sickoscommittee.org. We have new Macoon koozies, among other things. We have our
Call that the Macoozie.
Our YouTube, our Instagram, our Twitch. Shout out Message Board Geniuses podcast. Think of the places we refuse to go. Shout out to Feed Your Mascot podcast, which is a good friend of ours. And we've all been on the show before with Blue and Jeff. It's great.
Yeah. Blue does some of the Beehive writing on the weekly sicko synopsis, the 1900 styles. Blue does some of that along with myself and our corn correspondent. We all combine on that one.
And every Saturday, if you're busy like I was this Saturday, use the College Football Blitz on the Varsity app. It's free 12 hours every single Saturday. College Football Red Zone for your ears, where you get to hear things like the Auburn announcers go, that's gonna be really incendiary towards Georgia. And I'm okay with that, or something along those lines. Just was like, it's fine. It pisses them off. I'm happy. Okay, folks, other games we need to talk about. Let's keep going to the Mountain West. Hawaii 44, Utah State 26.
Yay! Yay! Hawaii!
Increasingly bitey Hawaii. Yes.
We love bitey Hawaii.
So my favorite thing from this game is I made it up to essentially halftime, and then Joey was able to finish this one off because I was up at 6 a.m. for my 8 a.m. My 8 a.m. kiddos flag football game. Ban those games. The punter Billy Gowers. We
talked about him, right?
Yeah, we did talk about the punter when we interviewed Coach Timmy Chang on the Patreon. It's free if you want to just sign up for that. You don't have to pay for that one. But he was the leading rusher for Hawaii at halftime. He had 9 yards on a fake punt that Hawaii ran a fake punt from their own 5 on 4th and 14 with their ex-Aussie rules. I can't even say that. Kabaddi player and Barber punter and only gained 10 yards. And then Utah State ran a double pass for a touchdown on the very next play. So that's basically we put that on our Instagram, and Joey tagged him. And so a bunch of Billy Gowers' friends were just like, bro, you had a carry? Like all of his Australian friends were commenting. Like just like
you and your friends from home busting your balls either your
friends from home busting your balls about your fake punt on 4th and 14 from Hawaii's 5-yard line. 5-2 Hawaii. Let's go, Bows.
Commish, we had faith in ULM. We continue to have faith in ULM. Coastal 23, ULM 8.
I didn't necessarily have faith in this game, and I was probably I was like, hey, I was right. I don't like being right, but yesterday, Saturday started out bad. Like my kiddo's flag football game was bad. My kiddo threw up before the game even started. I was like, oh, this is not good.
Future offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, my kiddo was doing a Whit Weeks impersonation.
Camp Cattaboo impersonation.
Them too, but my kiddo was the only one that picked up first downs in this game. He had 3 first downs. But feed my kiddo the rock. Don't make him throw up anymore, though.
Cam Scattaboo impression.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. But really, this game was just. I'm like, all right. I turned the game on. It is pouring in Myrtle. It is just like rain. Like if you've ever seen the movie The Last Boy Scout, that's how bad it looked. The camera was just fogged up, and it was just this is not good. But ULM only had 140 yards rushing, 4.2 yards per carry, not good. ULM threw the ball nearly 30 times, not good. Huge interceptions.
That's not what you want. No.
ULM 1 for 13 on 3rd down.
Nope.
1 for 4 on 4th down.
Oh no.
Even worse. But they're down 16-0 at halftime. Then they get a touchdown at 16-8. I'm like, hey, you maybe we got some hope in the second half. Immediately dash because Coastal goes 5 plays for a touchdown, and it's 23-8, and that's it. Honestly, I'm looking at the schedule up ahead. The bowl dreams may have died here. The Mobile dreams may have died here. With Trent Dilfer being fired too, our coach could be gone because maybe they rectify what they should have hired at UAB. So I'm kind of not in a good ULM mood. Maybe a win next week will turn it around, but it's going to be tough. But 4 of their last 6 games have opponents with winning records, and the final game is against the Cajuns. You throw that record out. So the 2 with losing records is South Alabama, which you can't believe, and then the Cajuns. It's the 2 top teams in the West normally are down this year, and you're just not good. I hope they can turn it around, but show me something this weekend, ULM. Give me hope. Give it back to me, please. And it was weird. They were wearing black on the road. It's so
I
strange.
believe in ULM. I
I
believe in
believe in
ULM.
ULM.
I believe in ULM. Toledo was up 21-0 on Bowling Green.
Yeah, they were.
And then what happened?
Then what happened?
Bowling Green wins 28-23.
Punch power! Punch power!
They had Pudge photoshopped into his spacesuit on the scoreboard because, of course, you do. Pudge is now getting big for his britches.
I know.
Pudge to
Game day.
space.
I mean, he does go around in the like rocket ship backpack with the bubble.
Oh, that is like his little space capsule, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
We had the beautiful
Ground
combination
control to Major Pudge.
we had the beautiful combination of an intentional safety leading into a field
This
storm.
is ground
Yes.
control to Major Pudge.
He really wants some treats.
This is a big rivalry game. This is Battle of I-75.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they're going nuts.
This is the kind of action I want, y'all. This is great. This is
This
the
is
11 a.m. game.
This is fantastic. I've liked enough Pudge posts on Instagram that I now get like Bowling Green football content on Instagram also, which is exactly what I want. The locker room celebration at like after this game where all the players are singing Isaac Azumba. What a vibe. I love all of this for Bowling Green.
Yeah, so Bowling Green has like been collaborating with us on some of the stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm just seeing this, like, Eddie George, I'm like, he's the head coach. And then I'm seeing like Tara Owens likes your post. And like Warwick Dunn likes your post. Sean Alexander with his 14 kids likes your post. Just
They love bespoke sickos content, just like
I know,
everybody.
and I'm like, no, it's probably because of Eddie George. And then like the funny thing is like Eddie George's wife likes some of the posts, and I'm like, that's Eddie George's wife. It's just like,
Hi, Mrs. Eddie George.
hi. This game had everything for me. A huge comeback. Like trick plays. I don't even know who tweeted this trick play was for Pudge. Or like powered by Pudge or whatever it was. I don't even know who tweeted that or posted that. This game had they had an interception off of the guy's butt. Like the ball just sat on the guy's butt, the Toledo receiver's butt. And he was able to pick it off of the butt, respectfully, of course. But it was just, they were just like, it's the buttception.
Buttception. Yep.
Yeah, we tagged Bowling Green in that, and people have liked the buttception.
Here is the buttception.
Yeah.
He's throwing.
He throws it.
Yep. Yep. And it just he's like he laid out for the ball, it bounced off his hands, landed directly on his butt, and Bowling Green got it.
That's right. So there was a few seconds left in this game. And it's like 4th and whatever on the 20-something. There's like 6 seconds left. So Bowling Green's like, we're not going to punt this back to Toledo. We're gonna take an intentional safety because intentional safeties are so hot right now. We get one a week apparently. The funniest thing on this video is that we get the intentional safety and then the crowd rush. Like they rush the field after an intentional safety, and I'm like, yeah, just like
hell yeah, intentional safety.
you
I mean,
never
honestly,
get
if I
this.
had the opportunity to rush the field after an intentional safety, I would.
I guaranteed. I would just like an intentional safety after to win the game. Just, I mean, they rushed the field. I can't believe this, man. It was so ridiculous. It was just so much fun. Great game, great win for Bowling Green.
UCLA wins the second game. They're now at 2 in a row. They beat Michigan State in East Lansing.
2 in a row.
The offensive coordinator was the problem.
Yep.
Apparently, they unlocked it all. This is just like I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, lesson learned. Tino Sinceri is just holding you back.
It's a great story. Like Tim Skipper and Jerry Neuheisel. I mean, look, there was one thing that I saw, like the AD who before the Penn State game, they had like banners flying above the Rose Bowl said fire this UCLA AD. Apparently there was reports of the UCLA AD saying, hey, I made these changes to make our team better. And I'm like, hey, you don't get to claim credit for this to cause the mess before. Like I mean, you get both here.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean,
but what happened before?
at least he's cleaning up after himself.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Like he made the dishes, yes, but he did also wash them.
He bought nothing but junk food at the grocery store, but at least he put the cart back in the cart return.
Yeah.
On Thursday night, we had a couple of close games. Southern Miss beats Georgia Southern 38-35. Then we have Jacksonville State winning over Sam Houston 29-27 on a 52-yard game winner.
A 92-yard field goal.
That would have been really nice.
I would be very impressed.
I would have been done. The name of the kicker for Jack State is Garrison Ripa. And so all the Jack State fans in our mentions were Ripa the kicker.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it works.
And also, of course, we talked about what's going on in the SAW. Everyone in Atlanta calls.
Everyone in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area calls it the SAW. So I posted, it was like, why are they putting in the SAW on the graphic? I'm like, does anybody call this that? And like all of our Atlanta-based followers were just like, I've never heard this shit before.
Stop trying to make the SAW happen.
I like it. Make the SAW happen.
Too. I really did. Yeah.
That's right.
Do I like it mostly because it gives us an excuse to play an extremely janky chainsaw noise? Yes, I do. However,
I look, man, I like it because they beat La Tech's ass.
Yeah,
we like that too.
It was not even close. This was a beat.
I love that.
App State rolls over Georgia State. Iowa 37. Iowa scored 37 goddamn points.
I like how here in the show notes it says, for a moment, it said Iowa 37, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
empty
that's
space,
essentially it. I didn't,
which is
like,
now
didn't have
filled
anything.
in with a 0.
I just filled in the 0, but I mean, I think it was the 0 was implied.
404 Wisconsin not found.
5 Wisconsin not found.
Cheese
curds not found.
Was this a historic game?
It was. So the 37 points scored tonight, or that night. This is from Matt. Okay, I'm thinking Big Whites. Matt Weitzel. 37 points scored tonight were the most ever scored by the Hawkeyes in Madison in their 99-year history of the series with Wisconsin.
It's never got to 37.
They've never gotten to 37.
I mean, it is Iowa.
So here's a number for you. So are you, I guess you know, not a gambling podcast, but we are kind of familiar with the concept of total points in a game.
Over unders, yes.
Yes.
So Iowa drops 37, and this game was only their second lowest total of the season.
What was lower?
There were only 29 total points in El Assico. So
this is crazy.
This was also the first home shutout loss for Wisconsin since 1980.
Ouch.
And I had to note that Kirk Ferentz was a grad assistant at Pitt in 1980.
Hey.
I wonder, and somebody in the mentions was like, well, that was the last time he had a good quarterback. And I was like, and then I had to go 1980 quarterback. Oh, Dan Marino. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. Yeah. I was like, yeah. And then people were like, Brad Banks. You know, like they were naming Iowa quarterbacks. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like
you gave the opportunity for Iowa fans to remember some guys.
There was somebody in the replies that gave them. They were just like, yeah, CJ Beathard.
I remember him.
Brad Banks, yeah.
I think I saw him. I think he was playing for Iowa when they did the home and home with Pitt.
What was the quarterback? They were just like, hey, this guy was in the league for 3 years. And I was like, okay. I didn't want to say anything in the replies. I was just like, but Dan Marino.
We will talk more about the Luke Fickell situation as it's been known. We'll talk about that later on other shows. But
you want to call that the Fickellation?
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
That series of sounds is not unpleasant.
Ficklewation. No.
Oh, that's worse.
That sounds like something I don't want to look up on Urban Dictionary.
I'm just gonna put it this way. If we're eating lunch together, it's like, hey, are you gonna fire Luke Fickle? I mean, if not, I will. Mm-hmm. Do you want your pickle?
That was so long for a bad joke.
It was.
That's fine.
Tulane beats. Did I see it again?
It sounded like you said too lame.
Tulane.
No, yeah, it sounded fine to me.
Okay,
Jordan.
all right.
That one didn't bother me.
I had a pickle in my ear.
Tulane beats East Carolina 26-19. Tulane has 4 drives that end in the red zone. 5 drives that end in the red zone in the first half. 1 on the jankiest fake field goal I've seen in a long time. But then 4 field goals. They're up 12-0 going into half. And I'm sitting there going like, they're going to really regret those points they left on the table. And lo and behold, they did.
I mean, it ended up being fine.
Oh,
yeah. So the first half drives ended on ECU's 12-yard line, 6-yard line, 11-yard line, 3-yard line, 21-yard line. It's 12-0 at half. They make 4 field goals. ECU comes out and they immediately take the lead essentially in the third quarter. But it winds up being like 19-19. Or it's like, I think ECU had the lead at one point, right?
Yes, they did.
It was 13-12?
I forget what it was, but they had the lead, yes.
Yeah, and then like Tulane finally got a touchdown, but they had to get one from like 65 yards out to Zycarl for a touchdown. And
ask your doctor about Zycarl. Zycarl may be right for you.
It may be right for you. Bizarre clock management, red zone troubles. Is your heart healthy for Tulane football? Ask your doctor if Zycarl is right for you. Third down conversion issues, settling for too many field goals, too many costly penalties. Try Zycarl. One quick TD can solve it all. Also, we got to give this man clock commander.
Yes.
I don't even remember exactly what happened at the end of this game, but I remember being baffled. And then John Summerall was real mad at the end, and he was right to be mad.
So basically, Tulane, it's 19-19. Tulane has gotten to, I think, the 2 or 3 yard line of East Carolina. It's like, East Carolina's out of timeouts.
Oh, yes. I remember now.
Okay, yeah. East Carolina's out of timeouts. And so they basically could just roll the quarterback and kneel and kick a game-winning field goal to win 22-19, draining all the time off the clock. For some odd reason, they do a fake roll like he's going to do that. And they do that like twice in a row, and then East Carolina's like, here, fine, just score a touchdown. So there's like 35 seconds left. East Carolina gets into like, I would say the 35-yard line-ish of Tulane. And they throw one up, and they loft it really high, and it falls incomplete. They tried to do the 1 second thing like Mac Brown, former Tulane coach Mac Brown. And the clock expired by like a couple of seconds, so it wasn't even close. But Coach Summerall was furious at the end. He was like, they're so young. They need to stop making mistakes. I'm glad we won, but I hate my team. Roll wave,
but also like, my guy, we're all looking for the guy who did this.
Yeah.
Like, you could have just run the clock down and kicked the field goal.
I have no idea why I was so confused, and I was like, again, is your heart healthy enough for Tulane football?
No.
I'm not. Like, I don't get worked up emotionally like Jordan gets all Texas, like Texas man, but like Tulane can get my blood pressure up. I like when they do stuff like this. There's enough pull, enough Cajun New Orleanian in me that can, get me this worked up about football. And Tulane did it on Thursday night, for God's sakes, man. Whew.
this is a sport where we have lots of college kids doing stupid things, and some of them are dangerous. One of the most dangerous things I saw this weekend was ESPN sponsored. It was diving for beignets in a kiddie pool full of powdered sugar.
Yes.
Can you imagine
What?
the inside of your mouth and throat and nose?
Just like snorting infinite amounts of. Are we sure it's powdered
What
sugar?
if
It
the
was
nutmeg
Sure, it was
challenge
powdered sugar.
I didn't want to
also
tag
gave you
SMU.
diabetes?
I wanted to tag SMU, but I didn't.
You could also tag Miami in that one.
Yeah,
Could
that's
have.
fair.
People said Miami. This was. It says like shout out to Matt Berry, who shouted us out a couple of times this weekend. So shout out to Matt Berry.
Oh yeah,
Matt Berry.
he's doing,
I'm
he's
Matt
doing
Berry.
heavy lifting.
Just like he's like, I love this game. Is like, in the sickos way when it was 12-0 at halftime for this one. But it says like Matt Berry presents bobbing for beignets, which I mean, you got to be kidding me with this. Like those kids probably still have powdered sugar on them, even though they've probably showered about 5 or 6 times since then.
That's fine.
It's like you're
Yeah,
never
you're
getting that
young.
powdered sugar out of your face. It's not going.
Somebody trying to explain to the RA that their roommate has ants. Not the roommate has ants.
This is how you get ants.
Mhm.
I dropped a picture in the chat real fast. You guys can see at least what they were looking at.
I'm just glad that neither of those kids that did this had facial hair, because if you had a
God.
beard, it was never the powdered sugar would never come off.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
Oh my
Huh.
God.
I love these things on Thursday night when Matt Berry does this. I sent a message to Harry Lyles. I was like, next time, are you going to join in on the bobbing for beignets? He says, oh, no doubt. I am in.
Okay.
I'm like, Harry.
Listeners, if you don't know, listeners, on Thursday they do like a little mini game day in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Awesome.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
They like
It is
last
good.
year they were on the Cathedral of Learning lawn. Like they do fun stuff. The Thursday broadcast is great. I miss Dan Mullen, but Thursday
Oh, he's-
broadcast still very good.
We'll get to Dan Mullen in a short while.
I know. I
What
legitimately
he's doing.
liked him on TV.
He was good, yeah.
And we had Coach Summerall on a Mardi Gras float coming in too during that
He's
show.
throwing beads to the cheerleaders, and I'm like, throw me something, Coach Summerall. I love that. Like he followed us after we were like, yeah, Coach Summerall, that's right. And he just tweeted Mardi Gras, and I'm like, that's right.
That's right.
So, that's right, Coach. Mardi Gras.
A kind of big upset in the Mountain West. Colorado State 49, Fresno State 21, and this game was way out of hand early. Colorado State 1-4 was up 35-7, and then almost blew the thing.
This was one of these games. I'm like, okay, there is no way. Like Colorado State got up so fast and so early. I was just like, this is like classic Mountain West. Like they're gonna blow this lead, and they kind of at one point it was 4 straight 3-and-outs for Colorado State, and it was 35-21. Fresno was driving to make it 35-28, and if they got that touchdown to make it 35-28, that was like, here we go. But they were able to stop them, which again, whatever. Great defensive performance. This was kind of one of those, like, if you're a Fresno State fan, like, you just like throw that one away because you have no idea what the hell happened. I mean, there was 2 touchdowns by Rocky Beers. Like you just kind of flushed that away, but good win for Colorado State this is college football, man. Colorado State was 1-4. Fresno State was 5-1. You don't see this one coming. And
I had a
Crazy.
moment right now where I was like, I don't remember these games at all. What was I doing? I was at a game. That'll do it. Yeah. Also, it ends up being Rutgers 19, Washington 38, 2 very cursed scores.
yeah,
And I didn't see anything about this game. What happened?
So this Rutgers at Washington, it happened in Seattle during Game 5 of the ALDS, which the Mariners were hosting. So this game
which
got
went
buried
on until the heat death of the universe.
Yeah, but this game didn't just get buried online; like it got buried in person too.
yeah.
It
It was just like you could have went to Rutgers and versus Washington, and then go across town, and the Mariners game was still going.
I saw
Yeah.
a picture of a bunch of Washington fans like standing on the concourse at Husky Stadium with their shoes on their head watching the Mariners game.
Yeah, it was just like this one. Rutgers was feisty. I think it was like 21-19 at one point. But then like Washington like just got
Rutgers hit their bedtime.
Rutgers hit the bedtime on the
Sleepy Rutgers.
sleepy Rutgers. But Rutgers was playing good for a bit, and then they just it's just like Rutgers. This is too late for me. I gotta I gotta eat breakfast tomorrow. It's too late.
It's bedtime.
Yep. Bedtime.
Sometimes it's just bedtime.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Temple almost beats Navy, loses on a 2-point conversion.
Well, and they were doing very well. They sat on the ball for like 22 minutes of the first half too.
Yeah.
I missed the first half. I watched a lot of the second half of this game because I do have a rooting interest in the Temple Owls. And the thing that was very frustrating is like you get to the end of the game, it's like, oh, Temple's gonna do it. Temple's gonna do it. Navy breaks off of Blake Horvath, God bless him, 51-yard touchdown run. And then Navy's like, are we going to do the 2-point conversion? Are we going to kick the extra point? Are we going to do the 2-point conversion? The world may never know. And then they convert the 2-point conversion. And Temple tried to like pitchy woo woo, and it didn't work.
No, it just couldn't get far enough down the field.
No,
but that's a big win for Navy. Blake Horvath, undefeated Navy.
Yeah, undefeated Navy. Talk to your kids about undefeated Navy. This is one of the only circumstances under which I would not be rooting for Navy. And also, honestly, I don't really do the moral victory thing, but Temple looks a lot better than I thought they were going to be in year one under a new coach.
I'll give you
that. Casey Keeler, you're great. Penn State, leave him alone. Let that man cook.
Western Michigan rolls over Ball State. Miami, Ohio goes up on Akron. A huge comeback victory for Troy in overtime over Texas State. This one sort of got buried because it was on ESPN Plus. Like it didn't. No one was watching this. I was
screaming about this, and then getting no traction. Texas State fans are mad at me. In when I was like, "Oh, Texas State's got a chance for the win coming with 2 seconds left," and they're like, "Why'd you even say that?" Like they're just like they're in their reactions on the like I jinxed. Like I jinxed the kicker to doink it. I did like I have doink jinx powers, which maybe I do. I don't know, but
we don't get us wrong. We would like doink jinx powers.
Yeah.
If I could move the balls for more doinks and maximum doink noise, we had that doink conversation inside the Discord about like what sound it would make. But yeah, look. You're up 21-0 on Troy. You got to finish this off, Texas State. But Troy was like, no. They come all the way back. They tie it with 1:13 left. Texas State mishandles the kickoff, and they're at like their own 2-yard line. And for some miraculous way, Texas State gets all the way down in field goal range with like 2 seconds left, starting on their 2-yard line. Which, I mean, it's improbable to do that, but they missed the field goal to win. Troy wins. Like, I'm not looking forward to ULM having to play Troy next week.
Army beats Charlotte. Army has the longest drive of the week yet again in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
17 plays, 85 yards, 10:53 o'clock. This was in the second quarter. It was just a beautiful bit of Army manhandling.
Good job, Army, but this also does feel like a little bit in other news, water is wet to me.
So let me give you something else that's a little
wet.
A little wet.
Mm-hmm.
A&M
this sounds promising.
A&M beats Florida, that's fine. We need to talk about the Texas A&M police account. There were some bangers this week. We'll start with the first one that was the less crazy one. Sober mother is back.
Yes.
Subject stumbling through plaza. When asked for ID, she handed officer a credit card.
Perfect.
Sure.
Released to sober mother. Our friend Tom Fernelli. Drunk daughter does not want to see sober mother. She wants to see sober father. She's going to wish the cops had kept her.
I'm going to say yes there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a credit card should count. You got to be pretty old to have one of those.
Now, the one that got the traction, though, was this one. Contacted subject eating a sandwich with a water jug of whiskey. BAC was 0.337. Released to EMS. Y'all, 0.337 is so high.
I know. It's
Buddy,
nearly,
how are you alive?
Well, it's so drunk.
so true. I mean, it's nearly Tony Gwynn's career batting average of 338.
That's like your a good batting average and your BAC should not be in the same ballpark.
No, you want to suck at that.
Your BAC, if you do not have field level seats, you do not want a BAC that could be your section number.
Yeah.
In a stadium.
I'm just upset that they didn't feel the need to tell us whether or not EMS was sober.
Really.
Now, people ask this account being like, hey, this number is wrong, right? Because you typoed this.
Nope.
XAU responds, nope. That's why we said release to EMS.
They also didn't tell us what kind of sandwich it was.
So that's the thing. Okay, the water jug of whiskey I get, but the sandwich, that sandwich might have saved someone's life. You're supposed to eat beforehand.
Yeah.
You're supposed to eat beforehand, but that sandwich may have soaked something up.
I mean, when they say water jug of whiskey, I'm like, are they just like saying this is like a water bottle of whiskey, like a normal like water? Because
I'm imagining like a hand jug.
Here's my Purvis tumbler, my 44-ounce Purvis full of bourbon.
This is my gallon Roaring Spring jug.
I feel like police are pretty specific about words. I don't think they would say jug if they meant bottle. I think they meant jug.
I'm just imagining like those dudes that always work out and they're walking around with like a gallon jug of water.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I imagine the whiskey. It's a gallon jug of whiskey.
And of course the thing is opaque or clear. So it's clearly whiskey.
Yeah.
It's not water. You're not trying to hide it for vodka.
Yeah.
It's
well, okay,
whiskey.
maybe. Is this a thing in other parts of the country, like jugs of tea, but like it's smaller than so that might be the move. You don't want to use a water jug. You want to use a tea jug. And then maybe that can conceal your brown liquid a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility, I think.
They did use iced tea in the scene in Animal House where Bluto chugs the fifth of bourbon. So you're onto something.
There you go.
It works.
Yeah,
it's the other way.
It's unfortunate that this is our last A&M home game till November.
Oh.
So we're going to be a little off. We're not getting this anymore.
What are we going to do without the A&M police scanner on Saturday?
I know. San Diego State beats up on Nevada 44-10. Commish, I believe our theory was correct about proximity to water.
So the proximity to water, we were worried if it was just, salt water. But fresh water was fine. I did some math here.
Okay.
At the NIU game, they were 73 miles away from Lake Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
In the Reno game here, they had two surrounding lakes. They had Lake Tahoe, 38 miles away. And then on the other side, surrounding Reno, on like the northeast side of Reno, they had Pyramid Lake, which was 38 miles away. So they had two lakes to draw from. And they just beat the crap out of Nevada.
Is it a full moon right now?
No,
it was on
that
like
was
the
last
6th,
week.
I think.
Oh, because the moon makes water people powerful, so this could help them.
My girlfriend turned into the moon.
Thank you.
That's rough, buddy. I mean, it makes sense that Tahoe would do that because I think Tahoe is the next largest lake by volume after the Great Lakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of water in there. There's probably some really scary shit swimming around at the bottom.
We have our spinach team of the week in a win. LSU for FBS. LSU gets 20 points off 422 yards over South Carolina, 317 yards and 10 points. That's so big. For so little.
Huh?
So little. JMU beats Louisiana Lafayette 24-14. Minnesota beats Purdue, but only by 7.
Yeah.
A win is a win.
That's what I said on the preview pod. I was like, it feels like Minnesota wins this by 3 or 7. And
that game looked like Purdue was going to pull it off for huge chunks of it.
Yeah. And then Purdue throws a pick 6 to basically seal it. And that was just like, if Purdue can work out, I would say, the kinks of the offense and not turn over the ball more, like they're gonna steal a win from somebody they're not gonna supposed to beat this year.
Yeah, this is I see it with
Yeah.
Purdue.
I will take this moment to remind you that, as we have previously discussed on this podcast, IU Purdue is in West Lafayette this year.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Most cursed goddamn place
Mm-hmm.
outside of Auburn. I asked the question if UTSA could defend their Alamo Dome against the other Owls. They did, 61-13. It's okay. Rice is still figuring things out, guys. It's fine.
Mhm.
We have
Oh.
Houston. Go ahead.
Oh God, I just realized Ohio State has to go to Purdue. Purdue's final 3 home games: Rutgers at home, Ohio State at home, and Indiana at home.
That's a rough stretch.
So what I'm hearing here is watch out for the Purduper weapon.
Houston 39, Oklahoma State 17. Did you guys see the shirtless section at Oklahoma State?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw it, and it kind of inspired me a little bit. Just
Arthur, don't. No.
Don't.
No, thank you,
Oh.
Arthur.
I just
No.
I'm just
Thank you.
feeling the Oklahoma State stuff right now.
Get behind the chair. Do something. Cover up. Please, no, thank you.
James Franklin to Oklahoma State.
That's what I'm hearing.
I just really do love that Oklahoma State is now at the point where they're doing a thing that Indiana was doing in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I mean, that's the cycle. Now they just
It is.
have to hire a great football coach.
Shout out to Section 231 for Oklahoma State.
Maybe that's how you attract a very good football coach.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Maybe.
The other thing that I loved seeing about this is how it highlighted how empty the rest of the stadium was. Because all the sections around them, there's 0 people.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I do like how it was the thing that was really enjoyable about this one for me is the time lapse of it, where it's you got one guy,
Yes.
Got one
and
guy.
then you got 3 guys,
Then you got
and
another
then you
guy.
got 10 guys,
Yeah.
and then you got a whole section and a half of guys.
We have our spinach game of the week. UCF, 11 points off 413 yards. Lost 2011 to Cincinnati with 306 yards. 11 points off 413 yards is...
Happy Scott Frost Day!
Shout out to UCF, which I gave an award for UCF in this one, besides the spinach. They had the longest non-scoring drive of the week, ending in a punt. They went 17 plays, 40 yards in 9 minutes and 2 seconds. They got all the way down to Cincinnati's, I think, 29. I can't remember whatever I put in the thing, but they had a false start, a chop block, and then they had the punt on 4th and 27.
Don't worry, UCF. It's going to get better next week. Also, let Puddles on the field again.
Cincinnati is now ranked.
Nice. Scott Satterfield, contract year.
Scott Satterfield to Penn State.
Maybe.
Kansas State 41, TCU 28. Kansas State had 2 defensive TDs. Kansas State fans are still not happy.
In a row.
They're just they're still fuck it. This season's awful.
It's done. It's K-State got 2 defensive touchdowns essentially in a row. They got a scoop and score, and then on the very next drive, they got a pick 6. Just within 2 plays of each other, they had 2 defensive touchdowns.
We need to say goodbye to playoff Old Dominion. Marshall 48, ODU 24. I need to go back and figure out actually what happened, because I didn't see this one.
It was 48-10 at one point.
I know, the wheels have come off ODU for some reason. I wonder if they were missing someone. I need to double check. Notre Dame 36, NC State 7 in a game I'm not sure anyone paid attention to.
Because it was on Peacock.
Oh, yes.
That's why. That's
Peacock.
why. We did have a bunch of people during a review. They were doing a safety review, and they had the crowd hyped up doing the safety sign, screaming.
I got to give a
People
shout out to
were
them.
doing
So
Everybody that was doing that, welcome to the committee.
I'm trying to find this safety, and I'm like, what? Where was Notre Dame playing this on Peacock? And then I'm like, where's the safety? I'm trying to find where the safety is. And then I slowly realized that the safety's not awarded until like after a 3-minute review.
Gotcha.
During the review, the entire crowd is chanting and then doing the safety sign the whole time during the review. They were going nuts. And so I got to hand it to Notre Dame here. But a 3-minute clip of that, which is incredible.
Yeah,
Ole
just
Miss-
as long as we don't have to play that clip right here.
I'm not playing that clip. It's on.
Okay, good.
I can't post it anywhere because NBC will do that, but I posted it on Blue Sky.
Ole Miss literally survives Washington State 24-21. This was incredibly uncomfortable for Ole Miss for most of it. Their fans online were having a bad time.
Ole Miss dropped in the polls.
They did.
I mean,
Air Force 48, UNLV 51. This was your Mountain West banger. This one blew the fuck up and scored 100 points. And what more do you want?
Look, man, I wanted more because Air Force missed a 40-yarder to send it to overtime. I'm upset. The clock ran out. It would have been 51-51 going into OT. It would have been that, and I was upset about that. But like in the fourth quarter, it was 29-28 UNLV leading. Then it's Air Force 34-29, 37-34, 41-37, 44-41, 48-44, 51-48. I was like, man, I wanted more of this game. They couldn't stop scoring in the fourth.
There are a few teams in this country who have played 7 straight games.
Mhm.
Iowa State is one of them. They're so tired. They're so
I mean, they went to Ireland.
They're so tired. Like they look tired in Cincinnati, and then they got to go on the road to Colorado, and I'm like, they look so tired. They didn't have a bye yet. What the hell?
And UNC has had 3?
UNC's only had 2.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn somebody on Blue Sky said UNC had 3 buys somehow.
Well, they didn't play.
I mean, if you're counting week 0.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
They
like
are
Iowa
down-
State. Stop.
They're down to like their 3rd or 4th string kicker. And he is a 330-pound offensive lineman.
Uh-huh.
And
The thickest kicker.
And we get a name drop for this.
Of course. I mean, we got name dropped a lot this weekend.
I know.
You can tell it was a great week.
When our name comes up, you know it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hopefully.
Nebraska beats Maryland in a game that they would have lost most times. I keep saying that about Nebraska.
That's 2 in a row for Nebraska doing this.
It's October, Maryland.
But it's Nebraska all the time.
That's true. I guess we've learned that Nebraska all the time and October, Maryland don't cancel each other out.
Okay. They just normalize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk
big win. Big win for the Huskers.
We don't need to talk a lot about Alabama, Missouri, except for the big man direct snap. Beth, I tagged you because it was a side snap. The dude did not snap between his legs. You are allowed to do this, as Beth loves to remind us.
Yes.
You can turn 90 degrees and just sidearm it.
I'm just mad that he hasn't scored. Like, he's gotten the ball close to the goal line, and he's gotten within like a yard each time. Like, he's got to punch it in at some point.
Yeah, let the big man have points.
This is King of the Hill as hell. This is, I think, the bulldozer in King of the Hill. That was his thing.
Mm-hmm.
SMU and Stanford. SMU won this one, as they should have. Stanford did go 18 plays, 73 yards in 9:46.
And got stuffed on the goal line.
Oh, buddy.
So, longest non-scoring drive of the week, ending in a turnover on downs.
Oh,
Extend Frank Wright. Texas Tech beats Kansas. The big win there. BYU at Arizona. I have no idea. I watched this game and I still have no idea how BYU won this in double OT.
Neither did I.
I still don't know. Like, Arizona probably should have won this game at some point. This is one that I'm going to be really fascinated to see the Stats of War thing. So I'm going to be really, really hyped to see that one. I don't care about Ohio State, Illinois, Clemson, Boston College. Meh. USC beats Michigan. Meh. Arizona State at Utah would have been better if Sam Levitt was healthy. But shout out to Jeff Sims
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech's Jeff Sims.
Yeah, remember that guy? He's still in college football.
I saw his name and I was like, damn, I thought he was a coach. And then I realized I was thinking of Jeff Scott.
Can we, I do want to talk about just a little bit about Indiana, Oregon. Probably the best game this weekend. Like, was legitimately a great game.
Don't disrespect Northwestern like that.
Don't disrespect Air Force UNLV. Come on, man.
That's true.
Like, Indiana's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this feels like a step for them, which, you know, is something that James Franklin never seemed to be able to do at Penn State. But up until now, Indiana has been kind of the feel-good story. They were able to beat a lot of okay teams, but they never really posed a threat to any of the big teams they played, right? Last year, they played Ohio State. They lost. They played Notre Dame. They lost. This is the first time that we've seen them actually beat a team that people think is playoff caliber.
Yeah.
Like, and on the road too. And it wasn't a game that ended up particularly close. They pulled away down the stretch. So, I mean,
this been further if it wasn't for the pick six.
Yeah, that's true. This is a team that suddenly, I think this week, you know, you kind of go from, oh, they're a playoff contender to like, oh, they could actually do something there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exciting. I think also the Duck is at fault for this one. The Duck brought this upon Oregon by disrespecting the greatest spectacle in racing.
Okay. Fair. This game, like I said, this makes me feel Indiana's legit.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like Oregon's still a very good team. Like, don't get me wrong, but this is, I believe, in Indiana.
Yeah, no, we're getting to see one of our favorite children grow up. Like, Indiana! Yay!
Commish, what were some of your favorite FCS moments this weekend?
I had some fun ones. Bryant and Brown played each other, which Bryant was up, and then Brown was able to come back and win it, and they have captured the state of Rhode Island. They defeated Rhode Island and Bryant. Bryant's video, if you ever get a chance to do this, I'll post it on the timeline every now and then. But it looks like it's in that like sepia tone that shows that the movie's in Mexico.
Mm.
So like anytime you see something from a Bryant camera, I don't know what it is there, but it just seems like it's in that Instagram filter. It's ridiculous.
It's Friday, just the past. It's always in the past.
Friday night, we got something that was just phenomenal, and I'm glad that this is back. Intentional safeties are back. Quick kicks are coming back too, baby.
Yes.
Cornell.
Yeah.
Cornell, it is 3rd and 25. On like their own 20, the Cornell QB gets it and just like quick kicks it. It didn't take a great bounce, so it was only like a 34-yard punt. But if you got a good bounce on it, this, you know, Harvard wouldn't have been ready for the quick kick. A punt on 3rd and 25. You give me a 3rd down punt. Let's go. This is great. This is phenomenal. And then like there's people that follow us who's like, well, that's a quick kick, and I'm like, fuck out of here. We know that. So
do not cite the deep magic to us.
Come on, man. Come on. Yep. Penn defeats Marist. The Toast Zamboni defeats the Bouncy Castle. I want to give a shout out to my favorite Monmouth. The Monmouth machine keeps rolling. It was a feisty game with Towson. They win 42-31. Monmouth has scored 40 points in every single game except one this year. Their only loss to Charlotte. They only scored 35. So the machine.
They are, like, again, still on top of the FCS Detmer as well.
Yeah. I mean, it just
Derek Robertson.
Crazy.
Derek Robertson has thrown for 2,200 yards in 6 games. That's so many.
It is crazy. It's just like every Monmouth game is like 40-30. So if you want points, just watch some Monmouth. Pioneer League, Dayton beats Valpo 41-10. Stetson has won another FCS game. They lost to NI, and Stetson does it again. They get another win. What is going on? Then our favorite Pioneer League team this season, It's the Blue Hose. They are 6-0. They beat Butler 31-25. And I just got to say it here. The Blue Hose. The Blue Hose. Winning different area codes. Area codes. Hose. 478-864-317-463. Hose.
The Western Carolina Catamounts win 52-7. Montana wearing those awesome throwback unis against Cal Polyamorous fucking does not have a great game to
Gotta
start
stop
with.
saying that.
Montana really, really has a bad start to this game. They're down 9-0. Very happy.
In Montana, the second half Montana outscores is 28-9. But yes, I will say that. That was a great one. Montana State rolls over Idaho State.
Typing.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm typing too loudly. I just was thinking about the fact that you not only did you say Cal Polyamorous, you followed it immediately with the word fucking. We could take a really good out of context clip of that. That's all.
Man, it was like you were typing on the mic.
I don't even know how that happened. That's not my input mic.
That's weird.
Are you sure?
It shouldn't be my input mic.
Montana State rolls over Idaho State 48-14. UC Davis gets a win over Northern Arizona 45-24. Huge upset in the Big Sky. Northern Colorado beats Idaho 49-33. Like, it wasn't close. I don't even know what Northern Colorado team this was. Northern Colorado is now 3-3 on the year. This is their first 3-win season since 2022, when they fired former Denver Broncos wide receiver Ed McCaffrey as the head coach. They only won 3 that year, and they've already got 3 this year. Coach Ed Lamb, who is the Northern Colorado coach, he had 0 wins in his first year as head coach. He had 1 win last year, and he has now tripled his win total with 3 this year, man.
Anything can happen in Ed Lamb.
Also, Northern Colorado has 4 wins in our hearts because they got hosed against Colorado State.
Hosed.
They got hosed.
What area code is that, Fort Collins?
I want to cut it right there, but we have more games. We have a couple more games. So we're gonna do that.
I'll do it again. It's fine. Shout out to the Cardiac Cardinals of Lamar. East Texas A&M playing their butt off for this game. They're down 23-13 entering the 4th. The Cardiac Cardinals in Commerce taking on East Texas A&M. They make it 23-20, and then with 3 seconds left in the game, they get a touchdown, and they take the lead 27-23. Funny thing on the last play, like East Texas A&M on the kickoff return tries some funny business, and then they fumble it, and Lamar takes it in, so they get 10 points in 3 seconds. So the final score, everybody was very confused, but it was 33-23. They got that many points in like 3 seconds. It's incredible.
Wild.
I want to give a shout out to Lehigh. Lehigh is incredibly fun. They are 7-0. They're one of our first 7-0 teams. Lehigh is also breaking math. On one of their drives, says because of the 2 penalties, Lehigh rushed for 91 yards on its 12-play, 77-yard drive.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Jordan, go ahead. The game winner.
Dartmouth wins. Dartmouth beats Yale on a 51-yard game winner. Yeehaw. This is going to be a real crab bucket of an Ivy League this year, guys.
I have a feeling. Well, I mean,
2 losses. Losses is going to.
If anybody could beat Harvard, we'll see. But I want to give a shout out to South Dakota and Indiana State. FCS Spinach and win. South Dakota, the Coyotes. They barely beat our beloved Sycamores 19-14. They had 376 yards of offense compared to Indiana State's 210. So I mean that's like a 160-yard gap.
I wonder what the average yards per point is.
I have no idea. We got to talk with Parker about that. He could probably tell us that, right?
Yeah. That's because that number would be interesting to compare the rest of these 2, basically.
And in New Jersey,
about to say the Breakfast Bowl
in New Jersey, it is Rowan and the Pork Roll win the Breakfast Bowl. Pork Roll, Rowan, the Profs, who have an owl mascot. They're called the Profs.
They're the Profs. They gotta be.
Yeah, they have an owl mascot. They do. Taylor Ham, which is Montclair State. Rowan wins 38-26. So New Jersey people, we are legally mandated to call it pork roll for the rest of the year. If you get mad at us, you can blame the Rowan Profs. They even say this here. In the game recap, it says Rowan captured the second annual Breakfast Bowl on Saturday, defeating Montclair State 38-26. With the win, the Profs staked the claim for the second straight year, naming the popular breakfast food to be called pork roll until next season's matchup. So this is in the paper. We're legally obligated to do this. We got to do it.
Popular breakfast food.
Yeah, I feel like that's doing some work, but I don't know. I don't live in New Jersey. And thank God for that.
Yeah, I can't say I'll be saying either of these things in regular conversation.
Mish, we are done for the evening. Can you sing us out?
Oh, the Blue Hose. Winning different area codes. They're 6-0. Hose!
Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from chill time to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredeliaQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit QuattroDog.com.